In the Oval Office in the executive suite.
Signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong.
Freedom is the banner and I got my chains on.
Secret Service watching snipers sneaking on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth.
Founding Father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this keys.
Speech on the beat, can't turn these dreams back.
I'm the voice of the hood.
Trying to come and storm the gates.
Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep.
Promise selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, leaking MLK, now it's photo ops.
Power plays all day, I'm trapping for the vote. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. Power's in the air. Power's in the air. We wanna hear your song. Hey! Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke. Hey! Take it back and write the code. 1600 on its way, ladies and gentlemen. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. I'm trapping out the West Wing, doing deals all in the dark. Make your dreams come.
All I need is a spark, red phone ringing, but you don't know who is on my line. Got the constant. And the case is locked.
This power never divides. It really doesn't. 1600 do it all day. Every night the people's house is a trap. Got the power, get it back. Money talks loud, time to clap. Hey! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Hope you all are doing well. Big Zeus. We want to hear your soul. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it is officially showtime. Let's get this show started so we can get in and out as quick as we can, you know. All right, let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Let's go. I'll be back. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. You like it when I do that? Album drops on the 25th of December. It'll be your Christmas present. Let's go. And you all made it possible. While I was doing the show, I was also laying down those tracks, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's go. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Am I right, VIP? Woo! Let's go, Cindy. Wow, look at you. W. Maureen. See this crybaby right here? See this crybaby right there? It makes me laugh. All right. Here we go.
I'll tell you what. I've gone into Zeus's last a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Keep it clean, please.
It was horrible.
What was it? Oh.
I'm like, you've gone. Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Wow.
It's like deja vu.
Wow. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's like they never give me credit. They never have W's in the chat for Cali Girl. They never give me credit. They never have anything nice to say about me, ladies and gentlemen, right? It's like every time they hear Zeus or they see me, for some strange reason, I'm always the problem. But you know what? If that's what it takes to save this great country of ours, I don't mind doing it. W Zeus. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What is today? December 22nd. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host, I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are gathered here towards the end of the year. We're bringing the holiday cheers and the MAGA tears. Ange. And by the way, Ange, thank you so much yesterday for hosting that live about with brother attacking. That was so much. I really needed that. So thank you. You did an outstanding job. And attacking, I know you're listening to the show. It was nice hearing from you, all right? I'm glad you're okay. All right, now, once again, we are gathered here, ladies and gentlemen, to do the real work that it takes to save the United States of America, and as a matter of fact, the entire world, from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons. And this is the most dangerous thing in America right now. This is the most dangerous individual in the country right now. If you ever see someone, white male, fits the description, what is he doing? He's on his knees doing what? He's wearing a red hat and he's angry. Okay, yeah, definitely call 911 because these folks are some of the most dangerous, sickest people I have ever encountered in my life. I never thought in a million years, ladies and gentlemen, we would be in the situation we're in the United States of America where and I'll get into this, and then before I say that, let me introduce myself. For those of you tuning in, this might be your very first time. I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H, or the Rizzler. And why do they call me Triple H? That's a great question. The first H is because I am honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, and everyone that knows me, they know that. Even people on the right, they'll say, I love Zeus. Why? Because he's honest, but then there's the other H's. What is that? The second H is because I'm humble. Listen, we're all human beings, right? W's in the chat. Thank you all for the gifts. When you're a human being. No, Nutty. And Nutty, I haven't even gotten to that last H, ladies and gentlemen. And this shows you that I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. It's all about the truth. And I'll tell you why in just a second. So the second H is because I'm the most humble person on the social media, on the internet, right? If I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. And even Trump voters, they know that about me. As much as I despise them, they know if Zeus is wrong, he'll issue a public apology. Hey, I got it wrong. Because I think apologizing is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness. I've learned that over the years, all right? So that's very important. Now, the last and most important H, and this gets everyone upset. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle that we're on or you're on, but honestly, I could care less. I don't care about your feelings. I'll say it anyway. It is truly, and Eugene, you know it too. Q-Dog doesn't even go after it. He just says, I'm not even going to touch the H's. He goes for the S, and he can have that. But the last and the most important H of them all, ladies and gentlemen, is truly because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Now watch Nutty cry in my comment section, but that's all right. Go in your room and cry. When you get done crying, you come on out and hang out with us. All right. Now, like I said, many of us, we gather on this show every morning because what we like to do and what we need to do is hold a mirror up to Donald Trump and his legion of supporters who are hell-bent on destroying this great country of ours. Right. And like I said earlier, and then now, you know what? Let me give them a warning because I forgot. They'll start reporting me and stuff, and then the live will get flagged, and then my views get taken down. I mean, these people are some of the biggest crybabies I've ever seen in my life. Do I have anybody out there that is still in the cult in this live right now? Now, I know there's about 400 of you or so. They say 400 people are shadow watching me. So that means there's 400 plus Zeus haters shadow watching me. TikTok shows you people who are shadow watching. There's about 400 people shadow watching me because they are so afraid that if they come in here, I'm going to get them or my wonderful friends in here are going to get them. But I'll say this. If you are a weak person and you can't handle the truth because Donald Trump has manipulated you and to believing that all the problems you have in life are somehow tied to Big Zeus or the Democrats, do me a favor, leave this show right now because it's going to get very uncomfortable for you in here. I promise you it will, but get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Yeah.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
You.
Come back if you want. Don't
You.
come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And just like that, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. And I'm not apologizing for anybody's feelings that get hurt while we're in here trying to get to the truth. All right. It's a dirty job. But you know what? I got all the tools it takes to stay clean. You'll get dirty, but I won't get dirty. Trust me. So what I'll say is this. I wanted to get back to what I was talking about over the weekend. A lot of things have gone through my mind about what's happening in the state in America. Growing up, I used to always think the worst thing a person in America could be was a racist, right? Someone that's a racist, sexist person. That was it. It was like, that's just you're a terrible person. You need to stop, right? But MAGA, they've pushed that to a level that I didn't think. I was like, what could be worse? Good morning, Kabir. Nice to see you. What can be worse than being a racist, a misogynist, disgusting, vile human being? MAGA, I'll tell you what, Zeus. What is that? Well, guess what? I'm also a racist. This is MAGA, also racist. So they're just adding on to what it takes to be a terrible person. So MAGA is okay with being disgusting, vile, racist, misogynist individuals. But then I said, well, what's worse than that? You know what MAGA decided to do? Why don't we become traitors? What? Yeah, traitors. What they did on January 6th, I said, wow, y'all have somehow managed to become the worst of the worst and the scum of the earth. Like Donald Trump said.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
And y'all went and voted for him. This is the most bizarre thing. And I thought MAGA couldn't get any lower than that. I really did, until the Epstein files. I said, so what's worse than being a misogynist, racist, and a traitor? Oh, I could do that, Zeus. Look at him right here. A P3DO, or a person that protects and defends P3DOs. And I said, see, this is a level I never thought I would get to in the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? They do it all in the name of Jesus. These people are sick. And so someone said, Zeus, could you please stop it? And I said, until the demon is cast out, I won't. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire this morning. I have zero tolerance for MAGA and the demon that's running them. Hey, Bill, you're crying in my comment section. Prove me wrong, Bill. I guarantee you, if you get in a box, I'll prove you're a racist, misogynist, traitor, and a person that protects P3DOs. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Bill and these MAGA demons straight to hell. Somebody has to do it. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's a huge W, Zeus. That's a huge W, Zeus. Nothing makes me happier than to know that there's some sort of Trump voter out there like this crying. He feels real pressed right now. He feels real pressed. You know what bothers me right now? And I'm going to say this. The MAGA demon out there, and those of you who allowed yourselves to become vassals of transgression, I do not want to see any more people who voted for Donald Trump saying this is not what we voted for. I'm really getting upset now. I mean, part of what I do is I want to rehabilitate folks who voted for Donald Trump by trying to educate them. But I sat back this weekend as the country is just crumbling down. I mean, we have the worst economy we've ever had, and Donald Trump saying it's an A++. I don't get it. He's not delivering in terms of lowering our grocery prices. Our grocery prices are honestly through the roof. We don't know what happened with Charlie Kirk. What's his name? Thomas Massey. He placed a little survey on his X account. How many people trust the DOJ, right? 96% of the respondents, over 200,000 people responded. 96% of them do not trust Donald Trump's DOJ. And I said, wow. And they're going, oh, this isn't what I voted for. And I said, relax, MAGA. This is only the first quarter. MAGA, listen. Candace Owens, listen, I love what Candace Owens is doing, taking it to MAGA, and she's splitting it. But I've got to say this, and I want like Dame in here. Dame, please don't tap out. Dame, you the strongest demon out there. Good morning, Erica. I want folks that support Donald Trump ride this circus until the fourth quarter. Don't get in here now. Oh, it's too much for us. We can't handle it. Oh, no, this is no. Stay on the sinking ship. Stay in the circus. And everybody that Donald Trump brought into this circus to help run it, I do not want to hear you complaining about them. DJ, DJ, Zeus, there's things Donald Trump does that I don't agree with. DJ, zip it. Zip it, or I'll report you to Donald Trump. W, Zeus. I I never seen so many. Y'all cried about Joe Biden so bad. Y'all cried about Joe Biden so bad that y'all went into the voting booth and voted for Donald Trump again, as if you didn't live through that first term with all of us. He literally had bodies counting on the CNN and Fox News, bodies counting Americans. And oh, Joe Biden, the inflation got to 9%. That was just too much to me. Bring Donald Trump back in here. I'd like to see the bodies piling up. Okay, if that's the way you like to get down, no crying about the things Donald Trump is doing. I don't want to hear you crying about Attorney General Pam Bondi. No, that's your player. You picked her. I don't want to hear you crying about Kash Patel. Nope, you picked him. No, don't cry about Dan Bongino. Don't cry about nothing Donald Trump is doing. Other than that, I want you to continue to just take this behind whooping that the Democrats are administering. Because the Democrats are administrating a behind whooping, so to speak. And do not get upset when we call you the party of protecting P3DOs, all right? Because if you bring up Bill Clinton and these Epstein files, all I'm going to say is I don't care about Bill Clinton. Lock him up too. Lock Bill Clinton. Lock them all up. All right, and if you want to bring Michael Jackson up too, then you know what I'll say. If you got evidence, Michael did it. As much as I like Michael Jackson, you got to lock him up. Now, I did hear from security guards, they said that Mike was just there trying to buy property. So, and Epstein took advantage of that, and that's how they got the photo. So I'll stick with that, all right? I'm going to leave Mike alone. I'm going to leave Mike alone, but if you got real evidence, I'll consider it. Now, let's get into the content, all right, ladies and gentlemen, all right? The first thing that I wanted to talk about is we had some nasty stuff happening over the weekend, and this involves Mike Johnson, and Mike Johnson is saying what everybody already knows, which is Donald Trump is going to get impeached. And so what I'll do is this, and then I'll get straight to judgment. This is Mike Johnson, MAGA Mike. This is MAGA Mike.
In the last 12 months, we've codified more than 70 of President Trump's nation-shaping executive orders, and that's so far. And meanwhile, he's been reforming every agency of the federal government and restoring peace through strength again. We desperately needed all of it.
Now, what I love about the Republican Party today is that they are bragging about how great things in the country are, even though, get this, we all know it's terrible. I love that they're doing this, all right? Because it's setting them up for what I call failure, but they love it, and their supporters are going to continue to perish, all right, because of this.
All of that is in the past 12 months. We have so much more to do. And by the way, we did it with the smallest margins in U.S. history. I mean, every day.
This is my favorite part. It's
On
coming
the
up.
other side of that split screen, in quick summary, you see the radical left Marxist Democrats.
Yeah.
And they are being overrun by the Marxists. They truly are. This is...
Yeah, I would be considered the radical left Marxist Democrats that Mike Johnson is talking about. And I love when Mike Johnson gives me that energy and that power to scare MAGA. So Mike Johnson, keep on telling your supporters, MAGA, tell them how big Zeus is scaring him.
Your father's Democrat Party anymore.
Me.
And they want to dismantle the very foundations of our republic and everything that we all stand for and that Charlie Kirk evangelized. Everything has been said here. Everything is on the line in the midterms of 2026. And we have much more to do. But if we lose the House majority, the radical left, as you've already heard, is going to impeach President Trump. They're going to create absolute chaos. We cannot let that happen. And I know you won't.
Yeah. So Mike Johnson he's predicting that Zeus and a bunch of radical left Democrats are going to impeach Donald Trump. So I'm going to give Mike Johnson a huge round of applause. What else? That's not a mystery, though. MAGA Mike Grinder Johnson. That's not a mystery, all right? And then the thing is this. Does anyone think Mike Johnson is actually a successful House Speaker? Does anyone think Mike Johnson is doing an outstanding job as a Speaker of the House? Because for some strange reason, Americans are suffering, and he sent a bunch of members of the House on recess. While the economy's tanking, 401ks are going down the drain. DJ tried to bring up his picture of his 401k. He couldn't do it, so we don't know whose 401k he was talking about. Energy prices are skyrocketing. They say the average American's utility bill has increased by a whopping 13%. And this is on the back of the Donald Trump trying to say he was going to cut our utility bills in half. And so what did he do? He sent Nicki Minaj out and dangled a carrot in front of some blagger folks. And all of a sudden now they back in the cold on that Kool-Aid. Mike Johnson, And to the rest of the MAGA voters out there, you know what I got for you, ladies and gentlemen? Join me in warming up the lake of fire. You know, Donald Trump always, I gotta give it to him. I've never seen a magician do one trick over and over so well. And the ones who fall for it the most are Blagga. Am I right, Kabir? It's the same trick. Pull a rabbit out of the hat. How did you do that? Here you go, Donald. All right, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Y'all fall for it all the time. They fall for it. I'll show you. All right, look, now, hold on. Now, listen. They say, Zeus, calm down. What do you mean he's a magician? Listen at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is how Donald Trump tricks his supporters. Read this. This is the grift that he sent yesterday to his supporters. Read that. If you rush me $47 right now, in the next 30 minutes, I'll personally send you my limited edition red MAGA hat Christmas ornament. Wow. And that's nothing compared to losing the country. Look at that. Look at, you know what it was? You just get the rabbit, you put the rabbit in the hat. You can see them putting the rabbit in the hat, but they fall for it anytime. Whew. Close your eyes, Dame. Close your eyes, Dame. Dame, close them. All right, because I got a trick for you, Dame. Wow. Oh, it's a rabbit. And he gets so excited every time. It's like they just never develop. They love going to the circus. Ladies and gentlemen, join me. And Dame, I'm going to be honest, bro. I need you to send the $47. No, Dame, look. Read it, Dame. Read it. No. In the next 30 minutes, he will personally send it to you. Think about that, Dame. He will imagine what's going to happen, Dame, and anybody else that believes this. You send Donald Trump, the president of the United States, $47. Out of all the things he's doing right now, he's going to go, wow, Dame really cares. He sent me $47. And then you know what he's going to do? Stop the press. Stop everything. Go into the back room, in his little gift room that he got set up in the White House. Get out of the way, Dame. Just sit. I got 30 minutes to do it. Get him the ornament. Now, the ornament only costs 10 cents to make, but he's charging Dame extra large. You would think he hates Dame and anybody else that supports him. You would think he hates them because he's $47. And he's going to run it to the post office, mail it to you, UPS, all that stuff, get it to you. And then just like that, Dame's a happy person. WZ. And I'm sorry I had to say it that way, but y'all got to see, this is how crazy this sounds. And so what I'll do is this, because they don't like it when I do this. Join me in warming up the lake of fire once again. Am I right, Kabir? Because listen, all you got to do is pull a rabbit out of the hat, and these Trump supporters, they'll give him everything. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. It's really sad, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. It's really sad that that's all it takes. The border's secure, and they'll give them everything. Give them their house, their kids, their significant other. They'll give Donald Trump anything as long as he keeps pulling the same rabbit out of the hat. Let me move on to my next topic, ladies and gentlemen, because, I mean, I got to give it to him, you know. A grift is a grift, and at the end of the day, you know, Erica Kirk, you saw her yesterday. She messed up, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear Erica Kirk yesterday? She messed up. Watch this. She said, Charlie Kirk is running a grift. This is what she said.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same grift. Excuse me, gift.
No. It's the same. It's the same thing. Grift.
The same grift. Excuse me, gift. Grit. It has been a long day.
See how the devil gets you out there? See how the devil just sucker punches you and has you out there and accidentally confessing what really is going on. And that's all this is. It's just a huge grift, MAGA. And people were saying, why do you all care so much about what we Trump voters doing? And I say it's very simple. You're ruining the country, MAGA. You're ruining the country, and you're trying to send us backwards. And a lot of us, we've just said, you know what, we've had enough, and we're done with it. So, and speaking of that, let's go ahead, and I'll give you a good example of what I mean when I say we're done with it. J.D. Vance was at this turning point. You know, they call it, You know what I call it? It's a cult meetup event. All right, that's all this is. And just listen to what JD Vance had to say. And if you're a black person that supports Donald Trump, you really should be offended. All right, but I'll explain that in just a second. JD Vance.
There's still so much important work to do, my friends. We're barely a year into this administration, not even a year into the administration. But I'm so proud of the accomplishments of the president and the entire administration. In just a year, we ended Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's border crisis.
Does anybody agree with JD Vance that that's what happened? Does anyone think that the whole border crisis has ended? Because if you believe that, then the only thing I can say is, oh yeah, he's old and cold. Donald Trump is old and cold. Yeah, yeah. And so listen, there's about 1.2K, 1.3K people in here. No one in here believes what JD Vance just said. Thank you all.
December marks 7 months straight of zero releases at the southern border. More than 2.5 million illegal immigrants have left the United States, the first time in over 50 years that we have had negative net migration, and it's just the start.
So the border is secure. I mean, and how's our unemployment rate doing, ladies and gentlemen? How's our unemployment rate doing? Does anybody know what our unemployment? Because there's always pros and cons to everything. This is why I say to the Trump voters out there, I don't want to hear or see none of the crocodile tears, all right? Because you don't understand how all these things are interconnected. Unemployment rate's shooting up. How's our inflation doing? Oh, Zeus, he said it was 2.7. That's a good thing. Do you really trust the data coming out of the Trump administration, or do you trust your bills, your utility bills? Do you trust your rent? I mean, how's that doing? Oh, if you ask me, it's going in the wrong direction. Our GDP is shrinking. I mean, so you secured the border, and actually things are getting worse with the economy. Huh. I thought it was supposed to get better. Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, I thought you would be getting a raise. He said you got an extra $1,300, $1,400, maybe even $3,000 in your paycheck because the border is secure. But obviously that's a lie. But guess what? As long as he keeps pulling the rabbit out of the hat, y'all continue to worship this nonsense.
When you restore sanity at the border, it shows up everywhere else.
Oh, it really does.
Rent prices are dropping 4 months in a row, and more native-born Americans are working than ever before. Kamala Harris opened the border and destroyed the economy. The Trump administration gave you net negative migration and much more job creation.
No, they didn't.
Real wages are finally growing. Inflation is half of what it was under Democrats.
Ooh.
Gas prices are their lowest in years.
Oh.
And we have finally made it clear that in the United States, we believe in hard work and merit. Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex.
Ooh.
So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs.
Nikki said that? Nicki Minaj? Y'all like Nikki? Wow.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
All right. See, that part right there made me laugh. You know why that part when he said you don't have to apologize for being white anymore made me laugh? Because seriously. I really said to myself, oh, did I miss it? In American history, did we get reparations or something? Was there a point in American history where white people all of a sudden apologized to people of color? Has anyone lived through such a point in American history? When when they came out of the ivory towers, so to speak, and they said, you know what we ought to do? We ought to go out here and issue a public apology for all the wrong we've done. Has that ever happened? No. Because I have to. Because when he says you don't have to do it anymore, the implication here is it's been done, so it hasn't happened. And this is why I say it's a constant grift. It's a constant grift. And if I were a black person supporting Donald Trump, I would get sick and tired of watching him make me look like a bunch of fools. He got y'all out here really believing that they apologized. I looked it up. I said, what policy has the United States ever issued? Oh, maybe he wants to apologize for the Tulsa massacre. Is that what he's talking about? They don't think they should apologize for the Tulsa massacre. They don't need to apologize for slavery. Nope. That's just being a patriot, like they always like to say. Any black Trump voters out there, put your hands in the audience. Just put a 1 in the chat if you're a black Trump supporter so I can see you. I don't need you to come up here. I just want to, yeah, Rosewood, I remember that movie too. It's a scary movie. Yeah, no black Trump supporters want to identify themselves. Tiny Take Top Tim Tom, you're not black, champ. Trust me. You couldn't live a day in my shoes, champ. You sitting up there crying about what you got going on up there with your $50,000 a year salary, champ. Trust me, you don't want these problems. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess I've run all my black Trump voters out away from my show, or they're shadow watching me because it gets too hot in the Thunderdome. So what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen. JD Vance, I'm gonna call out the lie for what it is. White people have never apologized to black folks in America for anything, not that I know of. All right. As far as I'm concerned, you're still on the hook. You owe us reparations. And people say, well, Zeus, how much do we need to pay? My stance on that is simple. Give me and whoever is entitled to it, give us a card of some sort that has just unlimited resources, unlimited balance. All right. I just go to swipe. And I just get so tired of swiping. I wake up, do it all over again. That's how much you owe me. W Zeus. That's how much you owe. And I guarantee you'll never want to do slavery again because we're making you pay for the sins, right? Yeah, of your ancestors. And so what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire once again. I don't fall for the tricks. No, Tiny Take Top Tim. You do owe me. You owe me. And trust me, I got a number in my head, and I'll let you know when it's no longer that number anymore. But from now until then, you owe me a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. I'll say this. All right, listen. You owe because of the sins of your ancestors. All right, every single one of you. Because think about it. If you were to put that into what they call, compound, put that into a compound interest equation. You know how compound interest works. All the black people, all the people of color in this country who were a victim of this evil system, slavery, we would be like literally, Elon would be broke compared to where we would be. Go look it up because you're still benefiting, even though you don't think you are. Even Tiny Tank Top Tim, as poor as he is, he's still benefiting and he owes us all. All right. And so that's a huge W, Zeus. Now, the next thing, and it's really the most important, one of the most important things that I wanted to get into, ladies and gentlemen, is the latest information about these Epstein files. And this is why when I do this show, because this is Donald Trump's personal attorney, Todd Blanche. Todd Blanche is, he's the one, he said he's responsible for moving Jeffrey Epstein's significant other, Ghislaine Maxwell, to a minimum security prison, and he's looking after her very well, making sure she's very accommodated and taken care of. I know she's done a lot of harmful things. Roger, why are you asking me about Bill Clinton? Is everything okay, Roger? Roger, is everything okay? Did I miss something, Roger? No, seriously, Roger. Because I'm like, Bill Clinton hasn't been president for over 20 years, Roger. What are you talking about Bill Clinton for? Yeah. Well, what do I think? I think there's something wrong with you, Roger. I really do. I really do, Roger. Did you want to talk about it real quick, Roger, or do you want me to just kind of hit play and let Donald Trump's Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche explain? You think Bill Clinton went to the island, Roger? What should happen to Bill Clinton, Roger? Based on your understanding, Roger, what do you think should happen to him? Roger, what do you think should happen to Bill Clinton since he went to that island? Because it's so interesting, Roger. You know more than Susie Wiles. In Susie Wiles' Vanity Fair interview, she said Bill Clinton never went, Roger. So would you like to come up here and provide us with information that perhaps Susie Wiles doesn't have? Or you think that we're good now? Oh, we're good? All right. Thank you, Roger. W. Zeus. I thought so, Roger. Listen to this. So this is Todd Blanche, ladies and gentlemen, basically throwing Donald Trump under the bus. And Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, you keep asking, where's the proof that Donald Trump did something? Well, if you've been watching and paying attention to what's been happening, this is it right here. And I'll go ahead and play, and I'll break it down for you, which I'll help you understand it. All right. So let's listen to Todd Blanche explain how Donald Trump is in the Epstein files.
Todd Blanche. Mr. Blanche, welcome to Meet the Press.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. Let's dive right in. The Epstein Files Transparency Act called for all files with limited exceptions to be released within 30 days. Yeah. On Friday, the Justice Department released just a fraction of the overall Epstein files. Why didn't the Justice Department meet that Friday deadline?
Now, I'm going to stop it right there. And Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, I'm really aiming this towards you. Because you got to put yourself into the moment and put yourself in a mindset. If the client you had was 110% innocent, what would be an appropriate answer to this question? All right. So let's go ahead. And I'm going to give it to you again.
To be released within 30 days. On Friday, the Justice Department released just a fraction of the overall Epstein files. Why didn't the Justice Department meet that Friday deadline?
Why didn't This is what Todd Blanche should have said if Trump was truly innocent. They didn't meet the deadline. I am so angry with the Justice Department. First thing I'm going to do, Kristen, after this interview is I am going to go straight to the DOJ and I'm going to find out why they're not doing their job, because law and order is what this is about. Because if he had nothing to hide, that should have been his position. Now let's see if Todd Blanche takes such a position, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning. So it's very simple and very clear. The statute also requires us to protect victims. And so the reason why we are still reviewing documents and still continuing our process is simply that, to protect victims. So the same individuals that are out there complaining about the lack of documents that were produced on Friday are the same individuals who apparently don't want us to protect victims. So
wait a second, Todd. The victims are also complaining. Todd, did you know that? There's victims who are saying this isn't what we were asking for. This isn't the whole thing. So now he's re-traumatizing the victims. You see what's happening, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom? If he was truly innocent, if Trump was truly innocent, there's only one answer to this. I'm going to go get the DOJ to do their job, not all of this victim blaming stuff.
We're going through a very methodical process with hundreds of lawyers looking at every single document and making sure that victims' names and any of the information from victims is protected and redacted, which is exactly what the Transparency Act expects. That's exactly what Attorney General Bondi expects. It's exactly what President Trump expects. So that's what we're doing.
Well, you're talking about protecting the victims. The law directed the Justice Department to, quote, release internal DOJ communications, including emails, memos, meeting notes concerning decisions to charge, not charge, investigate, or decline to investigate Epstein or his associates. That's the crux of what many of the victims or the survivors say they want to see. Why wasn't that information prioritized in the first release, Mr.
Why wasn't it prioritized? It was very specific, right, Todd? And you're an attorney. And as you can see, this is his same attorney that got him convicted in New York. Remember the Alvin Bragg case? Y'all wondering how that happened. This is a good illustration about why Donald Trump got convicted. Because when you're guilty as hell, like Trump is, there's no defense to it. The evidence speaks for itself. He cannot bring himself to simply say, Kristen, and to the American people, we got this wrong and we need to make this right. I am going to make it my personal responsibility to get you those files just as the law said I should. He can't bring himself to say that.
Well, first of all, it was. And there are numerous documents released on Friday that address what you just quoted from the statute, that address internal communications within the Department of Justice and internal communications between law enforcement and the Department of Justice. But it's for the same reason. Because many of those internal communications talk about victims. Many of those internal back and forth between prosecutors and law enforcement talk about victims and their stories. And that has to be redacted. And by the way, everybody expects us to redact that. So the same complaints that we're hearing yesterday and even this morning from Democrats and from others screaming loudly from a hill about lack of production on...
And he keeps saying the Democrats. Thomas Massey is a Republican. This isn't just a Democrat. This is a bipartisan effort to get this law passed and then make Donald Trump obey the law. And it's just, the biggest sign that Trump is guilty is, where was the press conference at when this law got signed? Where was all of the cameras and sitting behind the desk, hiding the hand and the swollen ankles and the unhinged rant about how thrilled he was to sign this law and be transparent? If anyone has the footage of Donald Trump being happy to sign this law, I would be more than willing. And this is my word. I will, because I'm Triple H, I will issue an apology if any of you can get out here with the evidence that Donald Trump was so happy when he signed this law. I'll apologize. I'll take back everything I've said about Donald Trump today. If you can get that footage. Does anyone have the footage? Oh, no one has the footage? Does anyone have the footage? No. Roger, do you have the footage? Oh, making waves. Yeah, he did sign it, but making waves. Making waves. Even you are asking, did he sign it? W. Zoo. See, that's how see how he got you out here? You don't even know if he signed it. You don't even know what he was wearing when he signed it. You don't know where he signed it at.
Imagine if we had released tons of information around victims. That would be the true crime. That would be the true wrong. And if anybody out there, I heard Congressman Raskin, the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee releasing statements accusing Attorney General Bondi, Director Patel, and myself of not doing our jobs. If they have an issue with me protecting victims, they know how to get a hold of me. But we're not going to stop doing it.
Well, let's talk about the redactions, which raised the Epstein Files Transparency Act prohibits redactions, quote, on the basis of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity. Has anything been redacted on that basis?
Absolutely, positively not. And that's another trend that is just simply false. There were a number of photographs that were pulled down after being released on Friday. That's because a judge in New York has ordered us to listen to any victim or victim rights group if they have any concerns about the material that we're putting up.
Isn't it fascinating that when judges tell Donald Trump to do certain things like get the National Guard out of Washington, D.C., he doesn't do it. Remember? Oh, no, it's a radical lunatic judge. But when you got to cover up for Donald Trump being a P3DO and being friends with Epstein, his socializing relationship with Epstein, all of a sudden, the judge. You can't have it both ways, Todd, MAGA. Y'all can't. This is why I have to break things down like this in real time for y'all. You can't have it both ways and think that a person like myself, and I'm a reasonable person, and think that I don't see it. That's a lie. You have no proof. Misinformation. Who are you talking about? My good friend Christina. Who's lying in here? Because I'm working with you, Christina. I try to help you see the light too. But you got to be willing to tell the truth. Who's lying up here, Christina? Because I only see me, and I'm the only one talking. So I hope you're not talking about me, or you're talking about Todd. Okay, I got it.
So when we hear concerns, whether it's photographs of women that we do not believe are victims or we didn't have information to show that they were victims, but we learned that there are concerns, of course we're taking that photograph down and we're going to address it. If we need to redact faces or other information, we will, and then we'll put it back up. So we are in every way, shape, and form complying with the statute, which, by the way, is what President Trump has been asking us to do since before he was elected. There is nothing...
Oh, remember how y'all say Trump didn't say he was going to run and release the files? Remember y'all used to say that to us? He never did that. Well, his own lawyer, which is the same lawyer that got him convicted by Alvin Bragg, is out here telling you this is what he said before he got into office. He was talking about being transparent, MAGA. That's why we're talking about it. You know I'm right, Brother Dame. You know I'm right. Am I lying, Dame? Am I lying, Dame? Be honest. We didn't talk about this. Y'all brought this up. And the problem, this is the problem with MAGA. Y'all playing too much. Y'all play too much. But on the left side of things, where people are actually thinking and we actually care about facts, we actually do the real digging into it to get to the bottom of it. See, y'all were playing with the Epstein stuff, and then Donald Trump got in office. He started making it an issue. And you know what happened? And it was something that, growing up, this is one of the things that my parents used to say to me. They used to say, you don't want me meditating on your behind, right? And anybody with a brain knows what that means. When someone says, you don't want me meditating on your behind, see, what that means is you don't want me to stop what I'm doing and to start focusing and laser focusing in on the things you got going on. Because see, now I'm going to make time for it. And this is what MAGA has done with the Epstein files. You have made this, because y'all dwell in misinformation and disinformation all the time. But this Epstein thing, y'all have cried about it so long that now the Democrats had to get involved and like, okay, what's going on with it? All right, they're crying about it. Let's get to the bottom of it because, yeah, that's an issue we all can agree is disgusting and vile. What's going on? And so we start getting into it, and then all of a sudden y'all go, oh, wait a second now. Hold on now. We were just joking. Now. Slow down now. Don't talk about Donald Trump now. Hold on. Oh, no. The fun's over now because we're talking about your daddy. Oh, no. Oh, we're going to get to the bottom of what's going on in them Epstein files. That's one thing we're going to get to the bottom of what's really happening with them Epstein files. And we got the brain power. We got the mental fortitude to endure. And guess what? We don't care if they're Democrat or Republican. We're going to get to the bottom. All right. So y'all better buckle up and remember, and this is the best thing that I like about this whole thing. You voted for this. All right. So take your behind whooping like an adult.
He has to hide in the Epstein files. There never was. And even though there's repeated attempts by Democrats to paint him as being part of the Epstein saga, it's failing over and over again. And so you should not be surprised that the material that we released on Friday or the material that we're going to release over the next a couple of weeks is exactly what the statute requires us to release, which is everything that we have from this case, with the exception of redacting personal information from victims and other statutes, privileges and things like that. Otherwise, everything's getting produced.
That's not what the law said, Todd. The law didn't say do what you think is the right thing, Todd. That's not what it said. It said release it all. All right, make sure you redact these individuals that fit that criteria, but for the most part, just release it, champ. We'll figure it out. But he can't do that. And he can't even say, I'm going to get to the bottom and find out why we're breaking the law. Now watch how the reporter, Kristen Welker, she catches him right in his lie. Tiny Tank Top, listen up. This is the proof you've been begging for. Prove to you, Tiny Tank Top, Donald Trump is in those files. Listen up.
I want to follow up with you on what you just said. You were referencing the 15 files released Friday. They disappeared from DOJ's website yesterday, including this photo of what looks like a desk with a drawer open containing photos of Donald Trump.
Let's see if I have that photo. Hold on. Let me see if I got that photo, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if let's see if Big Zeus has this photo of Donald Trump that they say was in the drawer. All right. Cause see, I don't personally believe in shouting over no mess. No, I don't want to do no battling. No, don't ask me to battle. Oh my, you gotta, who left that in there? Who left that in there? Oh, is that Donald Trump there? Yeah, I've never seen that photo. That's not one of the ones we already knew was out there. Who left that in there? Oh my God, this isn't good. This isn't good. Wow. What's this photo about? Hey, DJ. Remember you used to say this? If it walks like a duck. No, DJ. Oh, I'm glad you're here, DJ. Remember DJ used to say if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. Hey, DJ. The email where Epstein said Trump was alone with one of the survivors at his house. I could read to you something else, and I should read it, actually. Let me read to you, DJ. You look at this photo, DJ, as I read this to you, all right? And everyone knows that several girls at one time, she confided in me about her casual friendship, quote, friendship with Donald. Mr. Trump definitely seemed to have a thing for her. And she told me how he kept going on and on about how he liked her pert nipples. This is sick stuff. Donald Trump liked flicking and, putting his mouth on them until they were raw. One evening, when we were showering together, she showed me her. They looked incredibly painful as they were red, swollen, and I remember wincing when I looked at them. I also know she had a S relationship with Trump at Jeffrey's New York mansion on regular occasions, as I once met Jen for coffee just before she was going to meet Trump and Epstein together at his mansion. I will shortly start forwarding you all the emails which I have managed to save. They include the following, and then the thing goes on. The reason that I have to call DJ out for being a liar and a hypocrite is because DJ taught me the saying, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. DJ, you got Katie Johnson. You have this coming out of Ghislaine Maxwell's, case that she had. These are two separate things. You have 26 women that have accused Donald Trump. You have E. Jean Carroll's, and all of their stories, they all sound the same. You have Donald Trump saying, when you're a star, women let you do it. What is that? Grab them by the you-know-what. And yet and still, y'all still batting for this man. That's why I say MAGA has figured out a way, and it's a sick thing. They figured out how to become worse and worse. Like I said, initially, you're a racist. Then you're a misogynist and a racist. Not in that order. Then it's you're a traitor, because what they did on January 6th. Now you're actively defending Donald Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein when you know that Donald Trump has been lying to you about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. The reason we can even talk about all the things we see now is because the Democrats are trying to get to the bottom of it. Remember when I said you don't want us meditating on your behind? We are meditating on the Epstein files, and we're going to find out who's doing what. And the sickest thing that I've seen so far is that all the stuff that's came out, I saw the Bill Clinton photos. MAGA could see the Bill Clinton photos, and their minds go, whoa, Bill Clinton in a hot tub, guilty as hell. Guilty. I don't need any more evidence. Zeus, game over. He's guilty. But we got all these court cases with Donald Trump and Epstein. I've never seen a case with Bill Clinton's name next to Epstein. I've never seen it. Even if it went to trial and then they got it dismissed, I've never seen that. And y'all go, oh, no, that's different. That's different. That's why I said a lot of y'all, this is why I don't mind. I personally do not mind sending Trump voters straight to hell. And am I lying? Am I lying, ladies and gentlemen? If I were Donald Trump's lawyer and this happened, I would have to process this and say, all right, that's out there now. Do I actually want to go down in history as the one guy that was lying about Donald Trump possibly having a disgusting interaction with children? That's the conversation Todd Blanche and everyone else around him should be having with themselves. Do I want to go down in history as that person and the impact that that's going to have on my family and friends? Is it worth it? And what we are finding out is that with MAGA, it's totally worth it. And the only conclusion that makes sense, Christina, you can't say it never happened. I have it in black and white, Christina. Do you understand? In America, Christina, and it's an unfortunate reality, it's all about the black and white. That's how they took the land from the Native Americans. You know that? That's how they get you. Do you have this? You know, they say you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You know, sort of something like that. If they got it in writing, it's pretty much as good as gold, Christina. And this is coming from multiple areas. You can't say that a bunch of young women, young girls, made all of this stuff up to go after rich, powerful men. They don't have the resources to do this. And you got to imagine how scary it is to try to go up against these very wealthy and powerful people, Christina. And all of you all, and they all have similar stories. I don't think Katie Johnson ever met E. Jean Carroll. I really don't. I don't think the woman in this story ever met E. Jean Carroll or Katie Johnson. At a certain point, when every woman is telling the same story, yeah, it could be embellished a little bit because, you know, when you're traumatized, things kind of black in and out. Your supporters can what? I'm just being honest with you, Christina. You should never, ever allow this to become status quo. Because when you allow this kind of stuff to become status quo, Christina, and I'm saying it to you, I know you're a decent person and you're trying to figure it all out, and I'm working with all of you. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, please be kind to my demons in the audience. They're trying their best. They are. What you're signaling is you're saying to all of the other men that are watching this, that are Trump voters, you're saying to them, and I can say this because I'm a man and I understand how we men think. You're saying, it's okay to do what Donald Trump did. It's okay. You have no problem with it. And deep down, I know you do have a problem with it. That's why I'm the good guy. I know it's wrong. And I could be the one to actually get the spark inside of you to stay, you know what? Perhaps I should agree with Zeus. This is wrong. And you can actually start standing up and standing against these things. This is behavior you should never tolerate. You should never tolerate it. And if anyone tries to trick you into believing that this is an acceptable way to treat you, then I got to help you understand that's not an acceptable way. Because, you know, we are supposed to be, as you all like to brand yourselves as, good people, Christians. And I'm going to go back to what DJ said. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then doggone it, it's a duck. What more evidence do you need to see that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein had a great relationship? Think about that. Who here has a friend that they've known for 15 years? Wouldn't you know if you had a friend for 15 years, would you know whether or not they drank alcohol? Would you know that about them? Yes, you would. Would you know where they worked at? Yes, you would. Would you know who their family members are, perhaps? Yes, you would. Would you know if they went to prison before? Yes, you would. Would you go to their weddings? Yes, you would. So, what do you think the probability that Donald Trump had no idea what Jeffrey Epstein was doing? None whatsoever. But every time we get deeper into these files, him and Epstein got photos together. He's writing birthday cards. What do you think the probability that they have no clue? He had no clue of what Jeffrey was doing. Now Donald Trump is acting. Y'all crazy. Donald Trump is the victim. Is that what y'all want? Y'all want folks to believe Donald Trump is the real victim here? See, they don't got any answers. See, and I have to put it to them like this. Y'all really think Donald Trump is the real victim in all of this stuff going on with him and Epstein? Y'all have convinced yourselves that Donald Trump is the victim. You see how crazy that sounds? While the real survivors are out here saying, we want transparency. They're showing up in D.C. press conferences, demanding it. And y'all have convinced yourselves that the survivors, this is some sick stuff. And I gotta send it. I'm feeling that feeling. I need to send somebody to hell.
Just to be very clear, to put a fine point on it, why were these files taken down? You're saying it was at the direction of a judge?
Well, you can see in that photo, there's photographs of women. And so we learned after releasing that photograph that there were concerns about those women and the fact that we had put that photo up. So we pulled that photo down. It has nothing to do with President Trump. There are dozens of photos of President Trump already released to the public, seeing him with Mr. Epstein. He has said that in the 90s and early 2000s, he socialized with him.
He calls him Mr. Epstein. He puts a lot of respect on Jeffrey Epstein. Mr. Epstein, no, wow. That's who you call the person that's been harming children, that hung out with Donald Trump, that was socialized? Mr. Epstein? Wow, Todd. This is some sick stuff. This is some sick stuff. And I don't got time to go into it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting so disgusted by this vile situation that the United States is in. I've never been ashamed to be an American. So I've only got one more thing left to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send these Trump voters one last time straight to hell, because if you just look at what they've done to America right now, we're literally having a conversation about whether or not the sitting president of the United States is a certified P3DO. And they know it. They know it. I don't even have to say it. They know none of this makes sense. They locked Kobe up. They went after Michael Jackson. They got R. Kelly. They got Diddy. And I didn't even see all of this with them. But with Donald Trump, all of a sudden, Donald Trump is the victim of all of this stuff. That's a disgrace to the real survivors and the victims. But MAGA has no shame. And why did I expect them to? Ladies and gentlemen, join me one more time. Join me in sending every single Trump voter out there that's still on that Trump train. Don't get off. Please don't get off that Trump train. It's only the first quarter. It's only the first quarter. All right, I need to make sure you and your dear leader all get to your final destination. Where's that, Zeus? Hell. Hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W. Zeus. I give you one more photo. I give you one more photo, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, these are the photos that I've seen circulating on the internet, and I see these photos and I say, when did this become acceptable? When did this become acceptable, MAGA? When did this become acceptable? Why y'all so fascinated with Bill Clinton? You need to be focusing on the real demon right in front of you, all right? So now I'm going to move on to opening up the boxes. And I'll just start having conversations with those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. You know, I would prefer to interact with MAGA, but to be quite honest with you, it's at a point now with these folks where I've been really doing some soul searching, and I said, you know, I'll pop up in the red spaces, but allowing them to defile the kingdom with their lies and their treachery, their treason, what? It's disgusting. Trump is the king. All right. Come on up here, Nardo. I'll help you get through that. Nardo, come on up here. He said Trump is king. Good morning, Nardo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said Trump is king.
Oh, hold on, Zeus. The king of BS.
Oh, okay. W. Nardo. Okay. I saw that. I saw that. You cleaned that up real smooth. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, Zeus.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, what do you got for us this morning? Real quick, brother. All right, because I don't want to get you in the middle of this. Is there anything you would like to say?
I'm just everything is being deleted and coming up missing, and pictures still in the drawer, and I don't know what's going on, but it seems like somebody's trying to hide something.
Do you need any more information I'm gonna be honest, Nardo. Do you personally need any more information to come to a reasonable conclusion that Donald Trump maybe have done something in those files that's just downright disgusting?
He's absolutely involved.
Thank
Totally,
you.
no doubt.
No doubt. Thank you. Thank you. Well, listen, Nardo, I'm going to move it on, brother, all right? But I want to give you a round of applause. All right, I appreciate you. I'm trying. All right. See, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I want. Good, clean honesty. Good, clean honesty. DJ, are you ready to apologize? Yeah, please just apologize in the comment section. DJ, say, Zeus Kingdom, I apologize because I knew better. But don't get off the Trump train though. Don't get off of it because I haven't gotten all of my laughing done yet. I wanna see you and all of you that voted for Donald Trump continue to just suffer. All right, because that's what's necessary. DJ, keep on saying that. DJ, keep on. DJ loves to say that. All right. Let me go ahead and bring up my good friend, the beautiful Jess. Welcome, Jess. How are you doing this lovely morning?
Great. I'm very confused as to how Mag is still defending this man. It's actually
cute,
quite disturbing.
You think so?
Yeah, and they want to say we have TDS. I mean, look at these pictures right here. Hold on.
Oh, you
got
some
with what
evidence?
You were just saying. I mean, what is this? Is this normal behavior?
Absolutely.
This doesn't seem like a mentally stable person would do this.
Absolutely not. That's an unstable person that fell for it.
I mean,
this
is also at a rally.
What is that?
These are JD Vance specimen cups, if you will. And this is supposed to be normal behavior.
Please, Jess, please stop, Jess. This is too much. My brain is hurting.
Real men wear diapers, even.
Please, Jess, please stop.
They have diapers with Trump's face on it. I'm sorry. And they want to say we're the unhinged ones. Like, please, get out of town.
Wow. Wow, Jess. Jess, ladies and gentlemen.
The links they will go to defend a PDF file and do all of these things. Also, thank you, Ange. Ange, for the Christmas tree. I've never gotten one of those ever.
Ange. Wow.
But yeah, I think the turning themselves into pretzels, it's just what they do at this point.
But here's the thing, though, Jess, and I didn't want to cut you off, but it's a serious question. Do you need any more evidence to come out about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein to come to a conclusion about Trump's involvement with Epstein, or are you pretty much convinced that Trump and Epstein probably were doing the same thing?
Oh, absolutely not. I do not need any more evidence. I've read enough. I've seen enough. They need to look up John Brunel, and they also need to look up John Casablancas. And do a little more digging. John Casablancas is a terrible man, and Trump allowed his daughter at a very young age to go work for that man. That man is terrible. If you had a daughter, you would not want that person around.
If you had a daughter and you weren't possessed with the MAGA demon, because with MAGA, I'm finding it out, Jess, they are okay with this.
They have actually said they would let Trump babysit their children. I've heard people say that. And then I have also heard, I actually recorded this video. I don't know if I'll upload it. I haven't really been keeping up with my content lately. But this woman said, I just want to know, she was a MAGA woman asking to MAGA, will you still support Trump in being the president if he is in the files? They said yes. And a lot of her comments said yes.
Really?
So we know that protecting children is not a hard line for MAGA anymore.
No. That's why I say they've managed to do things and show us like how evil they can be. They can be misogynist, they can be racist, they can be traitors, and now P3Ds.
Yep, they
They don't mind.
absolutely do not care. And honestly, at this point, I would even go as far as to say they are unalivers. They are serial unalivers at this point
True.
as well with the boats.
Yeah, she's right.
You guys are serial unalivers in PDF files. There is no integrity. The United States is a joke to the world. Thanks to MAGA.
We're the laughing stock of the world, Jess. You're spot on. W, Jess, ladies and gentlemen.
And I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I did want to bring up something about our community, someone very special to us all. Attacking the Ignorance has a GoFundMe because he has stage 4 brain cancer. And I know this has been very hard for everyone. I'm trying to pull up the picture and now my green screen isn't working. Oh no.
I hate when that happens. Maybe you try it a couple of times. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and show that love. Let's go. Okay, that's his GoFundMe.
Yes. This is just for some supplies and things that he would need while he is going into hospice. He is still in the hospital right now. If I hope people got to see Angie's live or Roxy's live the last couple days, and have got to talk to him. If you haven't, I am so sorry, but there will be a PO box to send cards and letters and things like that. But attacking the Ignorance, he's has 3 months diagnosis, and if anyone can donate or help spread the word, DM me for the link. This is just the screenshot. I know it's very difficult for people just to like look it up or whatever. So you can follow me and DM me and I will send it to you directly. But we all love attacking and we all care about attacking. And I wanted to share this with our community because we have a beautiful community. And I did ask Zeus ahead of time to share this. So thank you, Zeus, for allowing me to share this with everybody.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor. You helped out, get us all calm about what's happening. So thank you. We are like a family. So, you know, anytime that I need to be involved to help out, it's never an issue. So thank you, Roxy, Ange, again, all of you. Honestly, we are coming together, and actually, even some of the people on the right, as difficult as some of the relationships have been, they've reached out and said, you know, they're very concerned. So it's a good thing. Thank you, Jess. All right.
Yeah, everyone has really come together as a team on this. All of us have really just put our heart into finding him, and Jenna reached out, and everyone. I really love our community. We really do mean a lot to each other. We might have our little nitpicks at each other here and there, but we come together when it matters.
Correct. So true. So true.
And I appreciate you, Zeus. I'm not going to stutter anymore and yap. So thank you for letting me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Jess. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected, and W for attacking. We're gonna still keep, you know, putting belt to behind. We're gonna still keep putting belt to behind in the kingdom on behalf of attacking, because that's what he would want us to do. All right, so W, Jess, thank you, but please follow her. Yeah. It's a lesson about how valuable life truly is, and so thank you all of you who've actually reached out and, you know, been sending the warm regards to, you know, attacking. He really does need it and values it. All right. So W attacking. All right. Yeah. All right. Now, now let's segue right back into the Thunderdome again with the politics. All right. Let's go on and see. Do I have anyone out there that is willing to get up here and try to excuse me. Defend the indefensible, because what I want to do is, I saw some disagreements in the audience, and it's just sad to me, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you said you wanted to say something, Takesha? Okay, fair enough. All right, please come on up here, Takesha. Takesha. Because, you know, we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but right, we wrestle not with flesh and blood. How does it go, Takesha?
And I'm not doing this with you today, sis.
She knows about the spiritual things, powers in high places.
Listen, Zeus.
Talk to him.
You made a very valid point.
Oh.
And it stuck with me. You said if Trump was not involved, why does he keep being sued along with Jeffrey Epstein? Because Zeus.
Talk to him.
Just because you know a person doesn't mean you're going to get sued for the same thing they did. That's just like you going to rob a bank.
Yeah.
And they come pick me up and say, well, you be on this show every day, so we're going to charge you too.
That don't work like that, right?
Zeus, you brought that to the forefront. And if MAGA is not thinking to themselves, then they ain't trying to find out.
Nope. Or you know why they ain't trying to find out? I really have convinced myself that they are okay with it now.
They fine with it, Zeus.
Yeah.
They blocked it. They mentally blocked it out because at the end of the day, nothing Donald Trump does is bad to them. But let me make this point right quick, and then I'm gonna go because my allergies tearing me up this morning.
Do what you got to do. I understand.
I thought Turning Point USA was an organization to lead people to Christ.
Oh, is that what they supposed to be doing?
That was what they say. They said that supposed to be an organization that preaches Christ so they can draw others to Christ.
Oh.
But all of a sudden now it's a Trump rally and a Trump campaign and it's a praise and worship for Donald Trump. What has happened since Charlie went on to glory?
Oh, because wasn't it supposed to be the Father's house is a place of worship?
Yes.
But what did they turn it into?
They was worshiping Donald Trump.
And then it turned it into a den of thieves.
Yeah.
Sick.
So I guess it really is Turning Point because it's turning from the point that it was supposed to be making.
Amen.
And baby, if anybody listen to Nicki Minaj on anything she said, bless your heart, baby.
Something really wrong with you, right?
Something got to be. That woman, what's funny, Zeus, is her husband is locked up for a PDF for being a,
Yeah. Megan's law. He broke Megan's law.
They all hanging together in unity. So, why they keep hanging together? Steve Bannon up there talking. Wasn't he the person that was supposed to be fixing Jeffrey Epstein's image? Wasn't he hired to do that for Jeffrey? It all ties together, Zeus.
Yeah.
They all in it together, Zeus.
Talk to him,
now,
Keisha.
I wanted to say this, Zeus. Somebody had got away with you not celebrating their birthday.
I know it.
And it was Cabria. Birthday was Saturday. She tried to hide so she wouldn't be called out Friday. Make sure we call out at the end of the show.
I do it again. W to Keisha. See, Kabir, you can't get mad at me. You can't get mad at me, Kabir. I mean, and I tried to find her, but you know she hit me with a stiff arm.
She probably somewhere sneaking around.
Yeah, I see her.
But you make sure you call her right on up at the end of the show.
All right, fair enough.
All right,
and hopefully she'll let the spirit move her this morning and not give me the stiff arm. All right, but
it gonna move her.
All right, thank you. W.
All right,
thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen. See, W's in the chat for Takesha, but Takesha brought up a very interesting thing about Nicki Minaj. I just got to ask the blagger folks out there. I think Dame, you was happy about. Was you happy about Nicki Minaj, brother Dame? I still call you brother Dame because I know somewhere deep down there's a decent human being in you. Was you happy about that, Dame? When Nicki Minaj went up there and you know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I got that on the record. Hold on. All right. I wanted to give you this. I don't know if you heard it, but I think she could be doing that just to avoid being deported. That's what I'm hearing. And then what Takesha said, some possible charges lingering. She's looking for a pardon. Donald Trump, if you pay him enough, he'll give you one. But I wanted to bring this up. And this is from Charlie Kirk. I found this.
Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't.
You hear that? You hear that's Charlie Kirk right there.
Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't.
So now I gotta send Nicki Minaj straight to hell. This is why I gotta send her straight to hell. So you gonna let this man disrespect you like that, Nicki? Look at Dave appear. I knew it. I knew he was gonna appear and get up here and start saying that's okay. Nicki, you let Charlie Kirk disrespect you like that. Said you're a terrible role model for black women, black girls. Actually, it's an insult, a slap in the face. So what did you do to repay him? You went to Turning Point with his wife, who Candace Owens has already let you know what type of time it is. Hey, you shouldn't be doing that. It's a grift. But you went there and you bent the knee at Turning Point. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that I do this. I don't mind. I don't discriminate, honestly. I have a non-discrimination policy about who I send straight to hell. If you're eligible, you can get it. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending the demon that is possessing Nicki Minaj's body. Because it's a MAGA demon for sure. Join me in sending her straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
There you go, W. Best. No, Dave. You said you don't listen to rappers. Remember, I played 21 Savage, Hit Her With a Plan B last week, and you said you never heard it. You never listened to it. So was you lying, champ? I know you ain't sitting up here promoting Nicki Minaj's nasty lyrics. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the problem with a lot of these. This is the problem with a lot of these folks out here. They think they can have it both ways, and I'm telling them. It doesn't work that way, MAGA. Y'all got to, at some point, wake up and realize you're being played like a fiddle. All right, let's move it along. All right, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we have next? Good morning, Shay. How are you?
You.
I'm doing okay. What about you?
I'm good. I'm heartbroken, as I think we all are.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So thank you, Jessica, for sharing the Cash App, or not Cash App, sorry, GoFundMe for attacking. Mm-hmm. You beat me to it. You're awesome. Yeah. So I'll end with talking about that later. But yeah, I'm looking at all this stuff going on with the Trump administration and the cover up of the e-files. I mean, Kash Patel literally said that there's no evidence that Epstein did these things to children. Guys, come on. Are you kidding me with this? Kash Patel said there's no evidence that Jeffrey E. committed these crimes. Yeah, he did. The cover-up is real. So anybody in here defending this and saying, oh, well, what about Bill? And oh, well, the evidence is real. It's absolutely insane to me that you don't see that they are covering it up, because that man behind Zeus is in the files. They've covered up everything.
Shay, I'm going to be honest with you. DJ says if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. Do you need any more information or evidence from the DOJ to confirm that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files and that he possibly might be just as guilty as Jeffrey Epstein? Do you need any more evidence at this point?
I mean, I don't know what he's looking for. I mean, does he need to see a video with him? And then then DJ and Tiny Take Top Tim and all of them would just think, well, that's AI. Or where's that from?
Yeah.
I mean, who got that? They'll ask all the questions. They don't care. In the end of the day, just say you don't care, because you sound ridiculous if you can't see the evidentiary cover up when you've got Republicans in the House calling for her impeachment. Pam Bondi, because they know they've broken the law here. Yeah. He signed a law and then didn't follow the law. The only redactions allowed were the girls' faces and names. It's the only redactions that were allowed and agreed upon by the president. He signed it, agreed to it, and then completely released 10% of it, almost all redacted. The cover-up is real. And the only reason that Trump ever gets away with anything is because you guys let him.
Tell him, Shay.
You voted him back in office. Go see what Jack Smith said about the documents. Go see what Jack Smith said about January 6th.
Yeah.
But because y'all put him back in office.
Thank you.
These trials didn't go forward because y'all put him back in office.
Thank you.
Not because he didn't do anything wrong, because you voted him back in. You shoved your head so far up your booty that this is what happened. Wow. And this is what we're dealing with. Massive cover-ups, massive grifting. Even Erica Kirk, your little Barbie doll face, sitting there going, the grift is real. Oh, sorry, I've had a long... She said that, I think, 3 times she slipped and said grifting?
Yeah. Yeah. The truth is just, it's coming out of the strangest places, Shay.
It really is. They do. They got to. You put up the $47 and golden shoes and golden phones and golden this and golden.
It's not widow bashing, Dame. Are you bashing?
I'm not bashing Erica Kirk as a widow. Don't start. Don't be stupid. You're the one that gets up here and goes after black women.
Oh.
You want to sit all the way down.
Oh.
You want to sit all the way down. You're the misogynist, especially towards black women, Dane. I don't know what your mother did to you, but you need to analyze your problems.
Please, Shay, please.
I mean, he does. Every time a black woman gets up here, goes after her, her body, her whatever. I mean, it's disgusting.
We're praying. I'm praying for him though, because I'm praying, but the feedback is real, Shay. And if he was, seriously trying to be a good person, he would take what you're saying under consideration. W, Shay.
Yeah.
And I've gotten the same feedback, and look at how I've turned out. It's not bad if you actually are trying to be a good person. You would want to do the right thing. I mean, it's sad because a lot of these brothers and sisters out here, they're raising children, and they don't get it. They're going to send their kids back out into this same society that they're acting like only is going to harm the Democrats, but it could end up happening to them and their kids.
Well,
they don't get it.
That's the funny thing is, it's like we're all living in the same country.
Yeah.
And so you thinking you're getting one over on us, because you're on a football team and you think you won, you're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting yourself. I know, Q-Dog. Thanks, man. But, that's the thing that I don't think they get. And, that Nicki Minaj, and I think, she's probably in with Q-Dog because I think he has a personal connection to her.
Okay.
I've listened to her on the stage, and I sat there and go, what did she say?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even understand what she said. Did y'all? She said a bunch of something, but said nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even tell why. Why she liked Trump. She never said why. She never gave specifics as to how in any way she had to move differently through this world, or she was going to get attacked or something by who. Give evidence. She sat there and said, I just think we're better country because of him. And then decided to call JD Vance an assassin. And then just oh my God, I can't believe I said that word in front of Erica Kirk. And then I'm like, what?
And
what?
Yeah. And then she says something, I think they said when he was assassinated or something. And the way that he said when he was assassinated, it made it just seem like she was in on it, I believe. So, and I got to get back onto it because Dame said something with widow bash. No, she is the CEO of Turning Point, right?
Yeah.
So no, the gloves are off.
Yeah.
Once you put yourself out in public like that, it's not widow bashing. It's called actually holding people accountable. W. Shane. So if you don't want us to hold these folks accountable, tell them to sit they special behind down.
But we're not falling for the grift.
No.
We're not falling for the grift. This isn't normal behavior of a woman that lost her husband and has 2 young kids at home. They promoted women to stay home and support their man. That's what they said. You don't want to be a single mom. you want to get married young, you want to have all these kids, and you want to take care of them, and you don't need to get a job, and you don't need to get a degree, and you don't need to be a feminist.
Boom.
And then God bless her. I'm sorry you lost your husband. That's a horrible thing. I'm sorry for you. I do. I feel bad. My first reaction, I thought about her and the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. But have you ever seen?
But where are your kids, Erica? Who's taking care of your kids?
I've never seen her kids.
Where you're spending hours in a makeup chair and hours on a plane and hours at these things and hours here. Who's taking care of your kids, Erica?
Thank you, Shay. Wow.
That's all I got to say.
Have you ever seen her kids, though, Shay? And have you ever seen Charlie?
No,
dad
and they.
Mom?
No, we've never seen his family.
Never. It's all, to me, that's why I say this is all one big grift. W, Shay.
It is. And it's all we're saying is she's, hey, go get it, girl. Get a job, be CEO. That's how we feel, right? You want to work and be a mom. You want to be a working mom. I support you 110%. But what I don't support is that's not what you told women all this time.
Yeah.
But now you're doing this and you're making money and you're being the face of it and you're being a Barbie doll in front of everybody and being pushed out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
You admitted it's a grift.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we just go, yeah, I'm not really like, yeah, it's looking weird, looking real suspicious. It's like, this isn't normal behavior.
Yeah.
It just isn't, it just isn't. And that's what we wanted to say. But I just want to end with this. I couldn't be prouder of our community. The way that we have pulled together for our darling friend attacking.
Yeah. We got to. That's what
amazing.
This is all about. That's what this is all about.
The love that we have for each other, And I'm just so glad. And I'm not saying he's leaving us because I don't believe in that. I think he's got to fight, and that's in God's hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to just know, I'm just glad that he got to hear how much, because what a gift we gave him, that he got to hear how he impacted lives.
Yeah.
We're not saying it, at his maybe future funeral, but you know what? That may be whatever, right? We don't know. It could be a couple of years from now, but we'll just say, right? Because I'm always keep it positive, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna shine the light on him and pray that God's got him and will perform miracles with him.
Amen.
But regardless, I'm just glad he got to hear, because he wouldn't hear it. You know how he was. I don't want to hear it. I don't have a heart. I don't.
Yeah. He was fighting to push through, and it was glad. He put up big numbers yesterday. I was like, wow, he's acting like he's hosting TikTok on there and just live. That was pretty impressive. So yeah, I'm holding out. I'm remaining optimistic about it, and we're all going to keep sending them love and prayers. All right, because that's what we need, especially around this time of the year. All right.
Yes. All right, guys. I love you so much. Couldn't be prouder to be. And I know that the other people have been trying to come in, and I just want you to witness what our side really is about.
Love.
It's all about love. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
I love, All right. W's in the chat for the
I love you guys. Bye, everyone.
All right.
I'll let you drop me, my friend.
All righty then. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. I'm trying my best, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to get through. I heard something. Good morning, Q-Dog. What's going on, champ? Welcome.
What's good, bro?
Just spending time out here doing what I do, getting the truth out. You?
Definitely. I got a couple topics to pinpoint on. The situation with Nicki Minaj, this is the first I heard about it this morning.
Yeah.
She's actually the first cousin of my ex-girlfriend. So, I'm trying to find out what the whole situation is with her doing this. Is it because she's trying to get some type of party? Is it that she's trying to get some, I don't know. Yeah. But I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
Well, yeah, please get to the bottom of it, because I just can't bring my mind to believe that a person that has been as successful as her, a black woman, 92% voted for Kamala Harris. I just can't wrap my mind around why she would do this. There has to be something behind it. There has to be.
I can't either, bro. And it's got me really messed up, because the thing is, if that's what you're really about, connection is cut off. I mean, like they are like her and her cousin are like sisters. That's how close they are.
Yeah.
So that I got a problem with that.
Miles, she's not Miles. No. There's people out here. They're saying she has common sense. Dame says she has common sense. Miles said she's a smart person. What
Not when her cousin has a daughter. I have a daughter. No, that ain't even how it's gonna fly.
Please.
But I wanna address Tiny Tank Top 10. Bring your ass up here. Because I got a big problem. Excuse my language, Mama Zeus. I got a big problem with the comment he put in the chat when it was brought up about attacking. Bring your behind up here.
Well, we don't want to get the live taken down. And just
you're right. I think you saw what we all saw.
I didn't see it, but I guess in the most civil way possible. What did he do?
So he puts in a comment. So I guess his insurance didn't work for him. This is the kind of trash that we deal with on a day-to-day basis when it comes to MAGA. Now, everybody in this chat, we got over 1,600 people in this chat. All of a sudden, Tiny Tank Top 10 wants to put his forefront comment to the front to try to get attention. That was the wrong thing to say at the wrong time. That's how small your brain is. Wow. This man is on his unalive bed, and you got the nerve to come up here in the chat and say some BS like that. I promise you, I already said what I said in the chat. It's going to hell, but it would be on site. You already know that.
No, we don't. Well, we don't want to promote that, but I understand the feeling.
Zeus, you hear what I'm feeling, bro, because this is our friend. Yeah. Now, you may not like what he said in the past or agree with what he says, but what you not going to do is come into Zeus's live and promote him to be unalive. Because that's what you're doing. And I got a big problem with you, Tiny Tank Top Tim, you and your little dungeon family in your basement that you work in. I got a big problem with you. That's all I got to say.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, WQ.
Makes no sense, bro. Makes no sense whatsoever for you to be that evil. Sending you to the lake of fire is too good for you at this point in time for that particular type of comment. Yeah, and we done heard you say everything under the sun that we don't agree with, but that was below the belt.
WQ Dog, and ladies and gentlemen, just imagine a kingdom where someone's been blocked. It has just been implemented, WQ Dog. And that's how you get blocked in the kingdom. All right, bro. Thank you. Thank you. All right, W Zeus, WQ Dog. I do not personally read the comments all the time, but I really do brand myself. I'm a little on the different side in terms of being a Democrat. I do not like people blocking folks and muting people on my show because I tend to be on the other side of that if I were to venture out and go and engage in fruitful conversation. So I tend to not do that. I also personally, I believe that we got to still be respectful and professional as much as possible. I'll get into some friendly banter, but honestly, when there's serious matters going on, there's a line you just shouldn't cross. So I don't like that. I don't personally like that. If you know, there's an old saying: if you do not have anything nice to say, then it's probably best to simply not say anything at all. Right? And so I you gotta do better. And this is what Donald Trump has done in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, when there's serious things happening in the country, and I have relatives, ladies and gentlemen, WVIP. I have relatives that are Trump voters, and people say, well, how do you have the patience? And I say, well, there's real situations that happen, especially in the family dynamics, where you really do honestly have to have the ability to set aside politics. And it's unfortunate. And so, especially if something happens with my grandmother, for instance, you know what? It's her first. I don't care. I don't give a darn about Donald Trump. It's really about her or my parents, or, I'm just that kind of person. And so, I try my best to not, even what just happened now, I know there's people actually out here that'll try to say anything they can to get underneath my skin, and it's not going to work. I just say that it's not going to work. It's actually worse for you, because what it's making me realize is how bad of a person Donald Trump really is. We've never been in a situation like this in the United States of America, where we're literally at each other's throats, and rightfully so. Because the thing MAGA doesn't seem to understand is it's not really a game. When people are losing their health insurance, it's not a game. There are real people in this country that are suffering at the hands of Donald Trump's administration. Veterans being detained by ICE, subjected to deportation, women being separated from their families, children not going to school. There's real life consequences. So make no mistake, don't interpret my kindness as, oh, he's okay with it. No, I'm not okay with it. But I understand that if I go down and if I allow the anger inside of me to really do what it wants to do, I know there won't be a show on TikTok. I know that about myself. And so what I do is I lean on a lot of you for you to help hold these people accountable and help them understand there's real life consequences to what's going on in this country because of Donald Trump. And like I've been saying, the latest is the Epstein situation. I can't even begin to imagine. But this is the type of person I am. People are asking, like, why do you keep talking and saying? Imagine if you were one of the survivors of this whole Epstein thing. You've been basically ridiculed and banished, so to speak, to live in the shadows of American society because you're afraid that if you were to actually say what really is going on, there would just be all hell to pay on top of the hell you've already gone through. Imagine being related to these survivors and this and that, and having to look at them and watch them deal with the struggle of this whole thing. Like, we get out here and we debate it, but I'm always in the back of my mind saying, I wonder what the people who really lived through this nightmare are really thinking. And I've came to the point that it's really a sad thing that in this country, this is even something that we are debating. Whether or not Donald Trump is in the files at this point, it's irrelevant. This really shouldn't be a conversation in the United States of America about whether or not the president of the United States is, it's a little, he's too close for comfort at this point. He's too close to Jeffrey Epstein at this point that he got to go. He just has to go. He has to be removed. They should just say, you know what? We'll deal with the blowback, but you got to definitely go. But we can't do that because we still have a group of people in America, unfortunately, that are saying, we want him. Why do you want him? Because he's going to do this, that, and he's clearly not even giving you what you thought he was going to give you. And he's dividing the country. And the issue he's dividing the country over, it's not an issue that actually should, like if it was tied to slavery, like what Abraham Lincoln did, or is tied to our independence, like what George Washington had to fight. Those are righteous causes. We're literally divided about whether or not the president is a P3DO. And a lot of y'all call yourselves Christians. So where does that leave us? Like I said, I'm going to continue to get out here and uphold the values that I feel are matter to me. But when I see things like this, make no mistake, I see it happening. But it really does say a lot about the individuals out here who like to lie in my face and say they represent things. And I get it. It's social media, and to a certain degree, you got to be a little covert about things. I get that, but when is it enough? And And I know when the answer is, it's usually enough when it happens to you. When it happens to the Trump voters, that's when they go, oh, I didn't realize. And that's what this has always been about. Why does it take for it to happen to you directly? Why does it take for it to happen to someone you know directly before you then have the come to Jesus moment, so to speak, and realize it was never about right or left from the very beginning. It was about right or wrong. Why does it take so much pain before you actually start to wake up and realize this man right here, his administration, is actively targeting you and making you and the people you love, who are also Americans, suffer? Why does that take so long? You have a problem with immigrants. Give me a break. Give me a break. Let me get this straight. None of you created the heavens or the earth. None of you did. None of you created anything in this world, but you sure have a lot to say about what the next person can and can't do, as if you're holier than them. As if we did the white glove test on you, you would come up flawless. I play so many different stories of one Trump voter after another getting caught doing things ungodly things, whether it's tied to violence, whether it's tied to racism, whether it's tied to SA. I play that on a regular basis, MAGA. And it goes for the Democrats too. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And this is really a battle about, are you on the right side of history or are you on the wrong side of history? And it's just surprising to me that as the country continues to go backwards and plummet in a direction we all thought we had passed, because you go to college, you go to school, wherever you went, and you were taught all these things that we're dealing with now. You were taught they happened years ago. At least that's what I was taught. These things, you were taught they happened years ago. And now they're happening today. And you're wondering why things are the way they are. A hard head makes for a soft behind, ladies and gentlemen. And again, please do not mistake, and I got to say this to my mutuals because I know you genuinely care about me, but please do not mistake my kindness, especially when I'm engaging with folks on the right. Please do not engage that. Please do not interpret that as Zeus is a fool or he's naive and he doesn't know. Oh, trust me, I know. But I understand that when you have a different kind of purpose out here, it's not saying I'm better than anyone else or anything, but when you have a different kind of purpose, you can move differently. And I let a lot of things, I know that the temptation is for me to get triggered and to throw everything that I've been trying to work hard to build away on something that they feel like they could use to get underneath my skin, and it's just not going to work. I believe that we need to continue to get the truth out there and keep having conversations, as difficult as they are, to make sure that maybe the person you're talking to, they might not get it. They might not get it. But believe you me, there are people out here, and I've learned this on this platform. This is why I tell people, especially on my side, please be mindful of yourself as well when you're engaging folks. Because sometimes it's the same conversation with the same people over and over. But it's always the people that you don't see looking at you that are paying attention, and they're going, you know what? I'm going to go look into this myself. This is what they'll tell me. They'll come back and they'll say, I'm going to go look into it myself. I appreciate the fact that you took the time out. I didn't say anything to you, but I looked into it and you were right. And that's what we need more of in the country right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right. So let me get back to the box. All right. I mean, I tend to like to just do my show, boom, 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 do my thing and then get up out of here. But every now and then when real things do happen, I do it. Thank you, Kabira. But it's your birthday, Kabira, please. Don't make me cry, Kabira, please. Do not make Big Zeus cry. All right, because but if I do cry, it is what it is. Thank you so much. All right. I do honestly this, and then I'll go back to it. The album drops 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Right? You all see me posting these crazy videos, right? But the idea behind it was, you go back and you read some of the State of the Union speeches that all the former presidents wrote. There's a pattern that emerges, and it's always been about America supposedly being able to live up to its promises. So that's kind of what the album is about. But obviously, I put my spin on it. I really do believe that America has the potential to live up to its promises. I really do. But Obama said it, progress, it's not always a straight line. Sometimes it zigs and it zags, right? And this is what we're dealing with right now. And we just got to keep in mind that you're not going to win the whole game in one conversation. Sometimes you got to, take your time and say, okay, well, then I'm going to drop that there and then I'll come back to it and then I'll double back. But eventually, when you're on the right side of history, it's a lot easier. When you're on the right side of history, it's a lot easier. You can sleep better at night. Seriously. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Look at the time. Look at the time. Oh my goodness. I'll try to get a couple of more people. Then I gotta honestly get up out of here. Good morning, Diava. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. Thank you for
Good,
asking.
good.
You doing? You say you're
Um,
okay?
I am. I'm doing okay. Obviously devastated like everybody else. I got to talk to Attacking on Roxy's live the other night.
Uh-huh.
But I too agree that it's what a gift. And I even was talking to my daughter last night, and I said, what a gift that he gets, that he doesn't, he gets to hear how much people love him while he can still hear and feel it, and hear the appreciation instead of waiting for, once they've passed, they can't hear you.
Yeah.
So I think it's a wonderful gift for him to know. I said, can you imagine leaving this world feeling that loved? What an awesome gift.
Yeah.
But what I came up here to say is that I know you had just mentioned, with all the PDF files and stuff, the people that seem to be okay with it. And you said a lot of these people call themselves Christians. And I say that it completely tracks, Zeus, because churches cover up for SA all the time.
Wow. Now that says something too, right?
Let's just be honest.
WDR. I didn't think about that, but you're totally right. Wow. Wow.
That's why they can overlook it with Trump, because they overlook it in their churches. They overlook it with their pastors. They overlook it with their own family members. They overlook it, sweep it under the rug. It's a family matter. We don't want to, drag anybody through the mud. So they just kind of, hide behind.
And you made me think about something. You hear all these stories in America where folks are acting up and resorting to violence.
Right.
To me, when you say all of this is kind of how people might be acting now. You start having, because it's oftentimes you just look at the initial crime, but if you drill down, it could be maybe they went to a church and things happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe something happened to these people. You know what I'm saying? And this is the issue. If you stand if you stand for something, then it doesn't matter what party it is. Like, for instance, if I were to ask you, would you have a problem with Bill Clinton being indicted?
No.
Anyone have a problem with Bill Clinton being indicted if he committed crimes? I wouldn't.
I don't care if it was my own father that was on that list. I'd be like, well, he's got to go to jail too. I mean, it just is what it is. And I don't know if you know this or not, but churches also carry insurance for SA.
Now, I knew that, but you wonder why, huh?
But that's why, because churches and people overlook the harm to children, to keep things hush hush, to not put a bad spotlight on the church or on their pastor or on their youth pastor or on the deacons or whatever type of church you go to. So my family is, I was raised evangelical, and my whole family's MAGA, and there was actual SA in my immediate family that my parents just covered up, put it under the rug. No one called the police. No one did anything because they wanted to just keep it in the family. And that's why a lot of people, especially men, who were SA'd as children, never got the help, care, mental health, or they've got this shame that they're running around with, thinking that they did something to deserve it and questioning their own sexuality because nobody did anything about it. And that's why we have a lot of very angry men and a lot of hurt men.
I mean, these are the realities, and that's why when we are talking about the E-files, it almost sickens me that we have to push the line this far to try to get folks to come to the conclusion that you're already at. Like, if you truly are present in this lifetime that we're in right now, you can't pretend like this stuff isn't really a reality. There are people out here breaking down for a lot of different reasons and turning to other, things to cope with it. But when you drill down, sometimes there's things there that need to be dealt with.
That's
And
right.
this, and what we're seeing in this country is when it comes to that particular topic, I'm blown away at the lack of outrage. I'm blown
I am
away at the
too.
lack of outrage coming from the folks on the right. Now, not all the folks, because I would say, Thomas Massey, he's helping to get this, and so I can't say all folks on the right. So that's why I label it MAGA in particular, because this is at a point where it's indefensible.
That's right. And just on that same line, women are far more likely to seek mental help when they have been abused, or when this
Yeah.
things happen to them. Women are more likely to reach out for therapy and to get help. Men do not typically. So there's a lot of men, unfortunately, that are very angry and hurt and deserved better, and they're
And
now
you know
just
what?
angry.
And you know what? You're right. And I actually am one example of that. And then I learned reaching out is okay. That's why I'm in control of my, I would like to say I'm a lot better in terms of controlling myself. I don't let myself really get to that point because it's okay if you need to, be an emotional person, because they like to just say, oh, women are so emotional, they can't be leaders. But if you're a man and you're not emotional, honestly, there's something wrong. That's just
It means
that's
you're
just what I've
hiding,
learned.
you're stuffing your feelings down, which is even more harmful
Yeah.
because it comes out in a variety of ways, and it's usually violence for men.
Yeah, because men try to default to violence, and they think that solves all their problems. I'll be the first one to tell you it doesn't solve a thing. It makes things a lot worse. You know what'll solve your problems if you sit down and you deal with your feelings. You
That's right.
accept you accept the fact that you are maybe a bad person, and you deal with that. You let people hold you accountable, say things about you you might not have liked to hear, and just say, you know what, I'll work on it.
Yep.
That's the direction you should be going, because wouldn't you want somebody to do that for you if they were wrong?
Absolutely.
It goes back to the golden rule, treat people how you want to be treated, so to speak. But it's the simplest rule, but it's the most difficult one to follow.
It seems to be difficult for some folks, uh, MAGA, that
It could be other people, because you don't want to limit. But yeah, we're talking primarily about MAGA, but anybody can struggle. Uh, but we're finding it with MAGA, it's a lot harder for them, for whatever the reason is. Maybe due to some trauma they may have endured growing up. I don't know
correct.
what it is, but they need to work on it and
And
stop.
generational,
Yeah.
and generational. I'm Gen X, and when we were kids, no one cared about our mental health. Not even the pediatricians told our parents to care about our mental health. If
Wow.
someone went to therapy, it's because they were crazy,
Mm.
or that's the stigma that came with it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of older people, like Gen X's, especially boomers. Oh, you would never catch them going to therapy usually. I'm being very general. I know there's exceptions to everything,
Yeah.
but it was so stigmatized that it wasn't sought out, and it wasn't even suggested uh, by our pediatricians take care of our mental health as well as our physical health.
Talk to them. Well, we're gonna continue to promote that over here. You know what? You made me realize that's something I probably should do more of. Yeah. Do not be afraid, especially if you find yourself angry. Please reach out. Go get some help. You'll find out something about yourself you never knew, and you'll feel freer after that. Trust me. All right, W Zeus. You'll feel a lot freer once you learn something. Have you ever done that, Deanna? Learn something about yourself you didn't know, and it was like, whoa.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
absolutely
liberating.
have.
Yeah,
I've been deconstructing for the last 3 years. I've learned a whole lot about myself.
yeah, yeah.
I'm a different person than I was 3 years ago.
Amen. Amen. That's
And
what.
it's painful to do
Yeah.
inner reflection and realize the things that you've done or things that you may have done wrong, and people that you might have hurt, not even realizing you were hurting somebody, and and realizing that there's something about yourself that wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
But then it's also empowering when you change it. It's empowering once you realize that you have control
Yep.
over
Yeah,
changing
yeah, yeah.
and
I can
learning to do
I can
better.
actually take power back, right? So like, especially like with anger, I learned one thing, and it really bothered me. When I get upset at other people, I learned that I'm actually giving them power over me, and that sent me through the roof. But I was like, well, you know what? I won't be giving that away for free. W Zeus. Let's go. I won't be giving you any of that because some of this stuff you gotta actually charge people for. You want me to give you all of that? Okay. So that's something that I've kept close to the vest, so to speak, as of late. But there was a period of time I didn't do that, and so that's what I'm saying. If there's really deconstruct, is that the word you use? If you deconstruct a lot of the things you're dealing with, you'll figure this stuff out.
Yep. It's like when you give your anger to somebody else, or the power over to someone else through anger. It's like you swallowing the poison and waiting for them to die.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, listen. Thank you so much for coming up here and putting more meat on the bone. W. Diabo. No lies detected. See, we spread love on this show. We spread love on this show, not hate. Who is this? Dr. Lex. Dr. Lex, where have you been, bro? Wow.
Oh, what's up, bro?
What part of the world are you in right now? And you got some of the latest threads on? I know you got some of the fresh.
I'm having some issues here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, Dr. Lex, he always be in. There you go. He always coming in saucy. Some part of the world coming in with the drip on 1,000 trillion. Man, where you been?
Oh, you know something? What I decided to do for a little while was, I went to some far off places and separated myself from everything. No phone,
Yeah.
Okay. I've spearfishing and fly fishing. And,
what you in right there? What kind of spaceship is that? What you in right now? What kind of spaceship is that, brother?
It's a Benz.
Ooh. Hey man,
whatever
you doing, it look good.
I got my convertible's up sitting in front of me.
But, man, the sauce is so real over here, man. Drip is serious, man.
No, what I'm saying is
Kimberly, no, Kimberly. Listen, hold on, Dr. Lex.
What is it?
Hold on, Dr. Lex. See, I know the devil is busy. Kimberly, we were trying to have a good show, Kimberly. And you asked Dr. Lex to come pick you up, ma'am. Dr. Lex, this ain't Tinder talk, and y'all need to control.
What are you talking about? I didn't even see anything.
Doc, you might want to cut that camera off if you don't mind, because I don't want no folks getting no ideas. If you don't mind, Doc. But all right, fine. I haven't seen you in a while, Doc. But please.
Well, I mean, you know something. I'm glad to see that your album's getting ready to drop.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been, like I said, I've been staying to myself a lot and writing a lot, and you can't allow these people. These people are lost. You have to realize these people are completely lost.
You talking about Kimberly
and what they're doing here?
That asked you to pick her up, yeah. And Kimberly,
no, I'm talking about MAGA.
I'm
talking about MAGA.
Okay. Because there was almost
they're completely
some
lost,
treason.
and you can't really.
There was almost some treason, Dr. Lex. And again, I'm starting to remember why I haven't seen you in a long time. Now it's all kind of coming back, but please. Yeah, album's going to be dropping and stuff like that, but if you don't mind, sorry.
Okay.
And they say he got my hat on too? They say he got my hat on too? Bro, Doc? Wow, Doc, you wouldn't be coming up here on no funny business, would you?
No, listen, bro. It's definitely because I tried to call you yesterday. Did you know that?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I definitely did. I was wanting to talk about attacking. See, I just ran across it, and I discovered that yesterday.
Okay.
And it's profound how quickly something like that happens.
Yeah.
And it was breaking my heart yesterday to hear that because for as much that he wants to stay, I don't think that he's going to be allotted time to do so.
Yeah.
And I wish most people would realize that.
They say your mic is making noise. I don't know, but it may be too much over there.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a headset.
There you go.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah. Y'all can hear him better.
Okay,
now.
so So every one of our destinies is cut out in a lot amount of time. And if you look at the timeline of the United States of America, if you look at it on a timeline and you put racism and Jim Crow and segregation, and it covers literally almost the entire timeline of the existence of the United States.
Yeah.
We literally are going backwards now. We were only actually almost in a good place after 1964, after the bill that Lyndon B. Johnson and Martin Luther King came up, the executive order that Donald Trump took away. And like with getting back on attacking with this timeline, each and every one of us is allotted a small little slot in this timeline.
Facts Raid. Welcome to those of you from Facts Matters Raid. I don't know. They came here and they're raiding me. I just wanted to say thank you. Sorry, Dr. Lex. But yeah, you're right.
Okay, that's fine. So, I hope that, Attacking is probably listening right now.
Yeah.
I think he would be. And Attacking, if you're there, we love you. Remain resolute in what your goals are and were. And remember, you will not be forgotten by anyone.
Yeah.
Fight this till the end. If it comes to a point where you have to let go, there is a greater place on the other side. I know someone that had a heart attack and saw the other side, and he said he was kind of disappointed and he didn't want to come back. You're going to get to see a lot of people you haven't seen in a long time. This is what he told me.
Facts matter.
He said they will come walking across a green field. He told the exact same story. He told me the exact same story that I listen to people on the radio tell, but this is somebody I knew for 35 years that was telling me this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want everyone to keep in mind that I have experienced glioblastoma before with an ex-girlfriend of mine. Her mother had it. It is not something easy to deal with, and for him to be able to talk on that live last night, he's an extremely and incredibly strong person, because it's not an easy illness at all whatsoever.
Facts.
So what I came on here to do is I would Zeus. We need to get on the phone more. I need to start coming around more.
Yeah, you do.
And
Compton, if you don't mind, ease up on the drip a little bit, because when you do it on your side of the town, and you can take Nutty with you, it doesn't bother me. But when you come in here with the bins and the drip like that, and then
but the thing is I don't
stuff. It just I'm not there yet. I'm work in progress, but you keep pushing it, and. And I love my brothers and sisters out here, but when you do that,
but you know something, though, Zeus. I mean, No,
I'm not a hater.
I'm not involved in.
I'm not a hater, y'all. Come on.
I'm not involved in the contest with
that's a good
Nutty.
Oh, yep. That's.
I have never once said I was better looking than anyone. So that you and Nutty have that thing. I'm not sure what that is.
Fair enough.
He's always talking about being better looking than you.
Okay.
So
Kimberly, I'm not trying to shut you down, Kimberly. No, ma'am. I'm just trying to get you right. All right. Don't worry, Kimberly. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, Kimberly. All right. And I'm trying to stop that. Because.
Okay, Zeus. Listen. Like I said, it's all love here from me.
You said you gotta go. You said you gotta go.
Listen. I'm trying to say goodbye. I'm trying to let you go.
Okay. Well, don't let
I'm gonna be in. Hey, listen. I'm gonna be out there. I gotta come out there. I gotta be out there next year. So
okay.
We gotta connect up.
All right. Well, then we can connect up. All right. Fair enough.
And everybody.
You gotta go. Okay. He said. Did you
love. Listen. I'm trying to send love to Attacking, man.
Oh.
It's okay. You know what, Zeus? You get plenty more. Donald Trump talking about you, man.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got this, man. You got this. Don't worry about that. I'm just
all right. Fair enough.
I'm just over here. I'm over here being me. I'm just gonna send the love out to Attacking and everyone else in the kingdom. I love all you guys. Hello, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all of the other good things. But I want everybody to keep in mind and think about Attacking over through this time, because, as I said, we have a infantile, tiny slot in this timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do with it is important. So what you should do is love people. I mean, I went way out.
Enough of that. That's enough of the love. That's enough of the love stuff. I'm the love guru, but I get it.
But yeah, take some time and find your peace and protect it, and find people that you trust and do that will do good things for you. And Merry Christmas, you guys, and Happy Holidays. I hope you guys are warm and safe. Drink some hot cocoa with some rum in it, stuff like
please.
that. Zeus, kick me off the page, man, because I know you got I got my finger on the trigger.
Hey, that, ladies and gentlemen, guess who that was? That's my good friend, brother Dr. Lex. I mean, you got to give him a round of applause. But come on, we can't. And I got to say this because this show has been pretty intense. But that part right there, I just got to say, I have a zero tolerance. And I put up with a lot. But when you come into the kingdom and you do what Dr. Lex did, I mean, he said a lot of great things. I stand 110% like that. But when he turned that camera on, I instantly knew what was happening. And we can't have treason in the kingdom. So, Kimberly, I love you still. All right. And I hope I didn't lose your support. But Kimberly, if I see what I saw you write in the comment section, it's not going to sit well. I'm being honest. All right. I'm not perfect either, but it's not going to sit well. So please just contain it. Now, if you were pledging all of that to Big Zeus, then you know what? You're going to get very far if you do that. But if you get out here and let somebody, that's a snake if you think about it. And that's what happened in the Garden of Eden. If you read the good book, a snake is who Eve was talking to, a serpent. And you can't keep doing that. We can't have that in the kingdom. So W, Zeus. All right. Lord have mercy. Okay, where is Kabira? I got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Is Kabira in here, ladies and gentlemen? Because I got to get out of here. Because, see, I'm about to slip up. Oh, Kabira. Hello. Oh, Kabira, are you there? Maybe. Kabira, are you here? I just sit there and invite. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I got my sister Kabira. Takesha, how you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Hey, just chilling and having a good time on TikTok. You know how we do, right? I mean, is the box okay? Your box is invisible, but I don't know why it's invisible.
No, I could see myself in my box.
Let me see.
I guess.
Okay.
But anyway, Zeus. You know, I told you last week I don't want a birthday song, and I told Takesha too.
Oh.
I don't want a birthday song, and I don't want any coins. But what I would like, though, seriously, if for those of you that were going to throw coins up, please get the information for GoFundMe for attacking, or for people who need some type of Christmas cheer.
Okay.
I'm good.
You sure?
I don't need anything.
But if you don't mind, then we ain't gonna send you no coins. But I'm sure gonna sing some happy birthday music. And
don't do that, Zeus.
If you just
Zeus.
Can I talk, Mama?
I don't want a birthday.
Mama, she ain't listening to you. Mama, is your mom listening?
My mother would say, you know what I told you? She said, you ought to be celebrating your mother's birthday for giving birth to you.
Hey, man, there you go. Well, we're going to sing happy birthday because you know what? We have to, especially with what's happening right now. Everybody matters, and we want to just make sure we get this in the history books, if you don't mind. So, please. And I could bring Takesha up here if you want me to bring her up here. If you want me to bring Takesha up here because she can help keep you stable. Let's do that. Maybe I'll do that. Takesha, come on up here, Takesha, because I didn't want to do this. But the spirit is willing and the flesh is weak. Takesha, if you don't mind coming on up here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there you go. Now, Takesha, can we go ahead and get this happy birthday going?
We gonna sing this song whether she want it or not.
Okay.
Play the song, Zeus.
All righty, then. Takesha said it.
Zeus, play the song.
Somebody's birthday. I heard it was somebody's birthday. Yeah. PJ Panda birthday song. Yeah. Today is your birthday. We gon' say it loud. Today is your birthday.
Let's go. Thank you, Takesha. You came and got her. Let's go. Happy birthday, Kabira. We gonna do both. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Show some love. Turn up.
cake, blow the candles like a kiss. Everybody bringing gifts. Got a new outfit and it's lit.
Hey, you hear that line? That was a clever line. Hey, Dr. Lex. Now you can do what you did, Dr. Lex. Do it this way. Let's go, Doctor. We're so proud of you, honestly, Kabir. You've done so much. You took good care. Bring so much truth to all of us. No one's ever seen anything like this. Now that I think about it. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Cut the cake. Wow. I'm in trouble. I know I'm in trouble for doing it.
You're in trouble, dude.
But I'm gonna.
You're in trouble.
I'd rather get my whooping out the way. I'd rather get my whooping out the way, though. You know how we used to do it. Happy birthday, Kabir. Seriously.
Thank you.
We don't get to do this every day, but it's his birthday. Hey, hit that note. Let's go. Wow, we got it in. Wow, we got it in, ladies and gentlemen. We got it in. All right.
Hey,
Yes.
Hey, Zeus, as you said, what makes you laugh is gonna make you cry. You and Takesha gonna be crying later, I promise you.
I'm kidding. You got me with my own material. That's good. You good.
Yeah. The thing is this, Zeus. When somebody want to celebrate you, let people celebrate you. That means that you're a good person and we see that in you. Yeah. Stop trying to block people expressing themselves of what they feel about you. Stop doing that.
That's your big sister talking like that. Wow, you know that.
You know what?
I can't argue with
Takesha
that.
She always catch me off guard. I can't pretty much argue with that, Zeus.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm gonna get you later, Takesha, when we get off this live. You can expect the call.
I'm not answering no phones today.
I had nothing to do with it. I'm
not answering no phones today.
Yeah, I'm just the vessel.
But
I'm just a vessel.
But seriously, I made. You know what, Zeus? Time flies by. Through life, right? I looked up and I was freaking 68. I said, oh my God. But then I said to myself, you know, some people I knew growing up, they didn't make it. You know what I mean? Amen. So every day you're above dirt is a blessing. We need to treat each other like we're a blessing.
Amen.
Well, no, he gets no grace from me, but even DJ gets a little grace. I was really impressed with him Friday. I wanted DJ to know that. But thank you, folks. Wow. Thank everybody. And once again, donate to a cause or GoFundMe for attacking.
Amen.
That's the best way to spend your dollars.
Amen. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Takesha. You helped out Big Zeus quite a bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, that concludes this broadcast. I got to get up out of here. Boston Brian, I see you, brother. Nice to see you. I want to give a special thank you to all of you out there for helping to make this show, this community, what it is, especially to the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be what it is, entertaining, educational, and definitely very engaging. But on that note, yes, W attacking, by the way, W attacking. Yes. W attacking. That's my brother, seriously. He's really the reason why, he's one of the reasons why this show has to be the way that it is, because he would never let me just walk away from dealing with MAGA and what MAGA has going on. All right. And so speaking of that, I want to give one last round of booze and shame. And I'm going to go ahead and give this out to the Zeus hater. And they know who they are. I was in a live yesterday, and it's not just them. It's everyone that acts like them. They just look for some of the most evil, vile things to say to Big Zeus to try to get under my skin, only to humiliate themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending this MAGA demon straight to hell. Why would I throw away my plan? and gentlemen, I am out of here. Take care. Stay safe out there. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do in those TikTok streets.
Yeah. Gotta wait the chain up. Get injected with some power. Pull some strings. Level up like a king.
Yeah. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen.
Came from the trenches, now we ballin' at the top.
Let's go! Taking the O.
1600 on the throne.
What a show. Love you too. Got the game in a choke. Eating the doubt, now my legacy's hitting this bespoke. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. This race is already won. Let's go. Let's go. December 25th. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Got my foot on the gas. I'm bulletproof. Yeah, my aura is built to last. What a great show, ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday again. W attacking. No cap. You like that picture? I knew you would. Posted at the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game president, got the nation in the lock. 100 up. Hey! Wow. I might give you. You want to see the sequoias? I got some sequoias. But, hey Dave, you like that photo? I'm gonna be your president too. Can you imagine what I'm gonna do? DC is the tail, open the mansion, views from the East Wing Pride, presidential residential, got the poles in a car. On the vibe, turn the calm in the storms, got the world dropping bombs like I'm reading out of songs. How you do that? Storm, legacy unshakable. Yeah. Make you wanna dance. Have a great rest of your morning. That still matter. Thank you. Shout out. WN. All right, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Stay